Welcome everybody. So today we're talking about Among Us, the game that blew up in middle of 2020 and killed off Fall Guys before it could really get started. So the game originally came out in 2018 and only has 3 developers since the start working on the game. The game blew up in popularity due to people realizing how fun it is and deceiving their friends and obviously trying to be detective at the same time. So I'm going to talk to you guys about everything and the reasons why Among Us is going to be dead or is dying. So obviously let's get straight into everything that I'm going to show you guys today. Okay, so since August, when the game properly did blow up, the reason for this was due to all the amount of streamers that were playing the game and obviously the thousands of people that were watching these streamers play the game and then decided they wanted to play it themselves. The game was also free to play on mobile and obviously was very, very cheap on Steam. So it did mean that a lot of players did not have that much of like a cost barrier before being able to play this game. So let's head over to Steam charts and look at this current stats. So obviously looking at Steam charts now, we can see the game started off very slowly, hitting around about 25 players average within the first year. Then within the middle of the start to the kind of the middle of 2019, the game started hitting the 500 range and kind of sitting around there and then going down to about 200. Then however, when we get into kind of 2020, we start to see getting near the 1,000 mark as streamers start to play it in late July and into August. You can see the game literally catapulted up from literally barely 5,000 viewers, 5,000 average players to, as you guys can see, in the end of August, hitting its peak at 440,000 people playing all at one time. So as you can see, the game catapulted in popularity from all the streamers who were playing the game. And as we can all see from that point onwards, the game did steadily decrease. Obviously, it kind of kept its very high player base for the whole of September, October, and obviously hit its peak again in November before steadily decreasing down in popularity to it now hitting only 60,000 average players in the last day. But the question is, will the game die? So as we can see from the last kind of 7 days, it has been kind of averaging and kind of slowly dipping, but not really moving that far. We can see from kind of the last month, it's pretty similar. But as you see, when we look at the 3-month margin, as you can see, it's steadily decreasing and obviously is constantly going down. It's not like it's going to hit a point where it kind of keeps going down and then flattens out. As you can see from the graphs, it's constantly going down and it will eventually flatten out, but I don't think it's quite hit its flat point yet and it's still going to keep going down in viewers. So, why is this happening? Among Us is a game that's kind of similar to like a party game like you guys may know, like Uno or Monopoly. It's those kind of like board games that it's kind of in that kind of category, which kind of makes it one of those games where you play it for a bit, you don't play it for a few months, you come back to it with a few friends, have a laugh, have a couple of games, and don't play it again for another couple of months. It's one of those kind of games where you can't really keep on playing it because there's no like level progression, there's no different kind of game modes to keep yourself enjoying after you kind of played the one game mode in Among Us. You can't play much more. I mean, you can make your own game modes up, but you know what I mean in that kind of sense. There's no competitive side to the game. There's no really kind of like leveling system. It's very much a party game which you come back to every couple of months. So obviously, as we do know, Among Us was played stupidly so much by everybody when it first came out because of the addictive and the fun factor from it, that everyone was really, really enjoying the game. So obviously from everyone playing it just so much, I think that kind of did kill off the game as well, because the fact that everyone played it so much, they now don't want to play it for even longer of a period. So as I was talking about like board games, you play them for a couple of games and you don't play again for a few months. But when you play that board game for way too long, you then don't want to play that board game for an even longer stretch of time, which is going to cause the game to probably die out due to the fact people aren't going to keep coming back. They're going to not want to play the game for a longer period of time, probably even a year, before a lot of players do decide to even come back, even for that 1 or 2 games with a couple of friends, which is a very big issue. So as you can see from the graphs again, we can see this game is literally going down and down and down and down and down, and is not steadying out anytime yet. So within literally a couple of months, or even just a couple of weeks, this game is going to be in such a bad state of just no one really playing the game. However, I have one little sparkle of hope for the game, is the new update they're going to bring to the game. So obviously they said about a friend system, sorting that out, and also bringing out the airship map. I feel like this is going to literally bring the game from going down, give it a little peak for a couple of days, and then just going to go back to normal. I do not believe this will save the game. I don't believe anything's going to save this game at this point, unless they bring out, as I said, different game modes and a leveling system. Otherwise, there's no reason for people to come back. There's no replayability. There's nothing to grind for. There's no reason to come back. So, for example, in a lot of games, you might get a skin for, you know, getting to a certain level. There's nothing like that within the game to keep you wanting to come back to kind of get something new, which is a very big issue for the game. So, kind of on top of that as well, as we do know, streamers have such a big impact on the lifespan or bringing it back Among Us into kind of the mainstream media and having a lot of people playing again. So, when this new map does come out, which would be the airship map, I believe it'll bring a load of streamers back to playing it for at least a couple of days. And this should bring a resurgence of players back into the game more than if streamers didn't play, if you see what I mean. So we should see a load more players coming to Among Us and playing the game over the next kind of, probably the whole of February and March. We should see a definite spike again. We'll see how long that lasts. That could sort it out and keep them going. Obviously, on top of that, Among Us is kind of that kind of deception. Sherlock Holmes kind of a game where you're being a detective or you're trying to deceive your friends / crewmates. This is a completely new genre of gaming. So, for example, a couple of years back, we got the whole Battle Royale thing, which everyone now knows about. It wasn't really a thing until mainstream games like PUBG and Fortnite brought it out. But before then, no one really knew about Battle Royale games. I mean, some people do, but not everybody. So, similar enough with Among Us in their kind of like deceiving detective genre. It's going to bring a wave of new games to the thing. So, lots and lots of companies probably will be making their own version of Among Us. There are already a couple of versions of Among Us kind of similar to them. Obviously, if you guys didn't know, a game called Deceit that came out years ago and is very similar to Among Us in a kind of a 3D first-person kind of perspective. There are other games that are kind of like top-down views similar to Among Us, and obviously loads more companies will bring out games similar to this. So, from all the news I've told you guys today about Among Us, do you believe Among Us will be dying in 2021, or do you think it will have a resurgence in viewers and players to bring it back to its original state and keep it alive for the whole of 2021? Let me know what you guys think. Also, let me know, do you guys believe Among Us will die in 2021, or do you guys believe it will be coming back? Or is it already dead to you? What do you guys think? Obviously, let me know in the comments down below. Apart from that, hope you've enjoyed this video about is Among Us dying. Apart from that, have a really good day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.